What up, Hope Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten. Oh shit. Watch out, baby. You lost your glasses, sweetie. Here, I'll help you. Don't worry, babe. I got you. I got your back. I'm sorry to have to tell you that I got tired of Chavez stepping on me with his internet girlfriend, so I went and found myself a new bae. He's a nerd, as you can tell by his Power Rangers hat, and he's a learned man, as you can tell by the glasses, and he's just oh so handsome. Just when I look at him, I just see something that I can't explain, but I like it. I enjoy it. So he's here to watch videos with me today. So make sure you show your love for Internet Bae, hashtag SkittenSays, in the comments down below. We are here to watch, not this video. That was a preview for my following video. We are here to watch this video about what would happen if you if you detonated a nuclear bomb in the Marianas Trench. If you don't know, but we all know because we've all spent time on the internet / in school, the Marianas Trench is like the deepest point in the ocean. Is it the deepest point in the ocean or the deepest known point in the ocean? God, I'm over here talking all this shit about how we all know this shit and I don't even know the shit. Shit. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Did Chavez? I think, what did I do? I done lost the goddamn fucking shits. Oh. Alright. I thought Chavez stole these, but apparently I just put them up like an idiot. That's cool too. But let's go ahead and get started and let's see what would happen if you detonated a nuclear bomb in the Marianas Trench. Also, please, nobody try this. Also, Elon Musk, if you're out there, I know you like doing weird ass shit because you have a fuck ton of money and you don't really care, but like, please don't do anything like this, okay? Okay. And up, down, and play.
What would happen if we detonated humanity's most powerful nuclear weapon at the deepest point of the ocean?
What do you think would happen, Internet Bae? Interesting hypothesis. Let's see if it's true.
Sure, tsunamis hundreds of meters high would destroy coastal cities, earthquakes would level countries, new volcanoes would bring us nuclear winter. Maybe even Earth could be ripped apart or thrown out of orbit.
Wait, what?
Well, almost. Currently, Earth's deepest known point is inside the Mariana Trench.
Right.
The Mariana Trench is a very deep valley right at the edge of two tectonic plates that looks like an upside-down mountain.
Okay.
It reaches a depth of about 11 kilometers, almost 3 times deeper than the dark grave of the Titanic.
Jesus.
It's one of the last places on Earth for humans to explore. Pitch black and under 1,000 atmospheres of pressure, it's a relatively pristine environment thanks to the absence of humans.
Right.
A great place for our nuclear test. We'll use the most powerful nuclear bomb humans have ever exploded, the RDS-220 hydrogen bomb, or Tsar bomber.
What the fuck?
Its explosion was so massive that its shockwave traveled around the Earth 3 times, and its mushroom cloud stretched 56 kilometers into the sky.
Jesus.
Its shockwave was strong enough to destroy everything in 1,000 square kilometers, its fireball hot enough to burn the rubble. Bombs like this release such an enormous amount of energy at once that they could boil away an entire lake.
Oh my god.
And if we set off a nuclear bomb in the Mariana Trench, that's exactly what happens. Let's pull the trigger. In the first few microseconds, the nuclear fuel undergoes its chain reaction and explodes with the power of 50 megatons of TNT.
Jesus Christ.
A blinding flash of light illuminates the darkness of the trench for the first time in history.
Ah!
The heat of the explosion produces a cavity, a flaming bubble of water vapor, radioactive nuclei, and the remains of very unlucky fish. The bubble grows quickly as it vaporizes the water around it.
Jesus.
The pressure of the bubble is immense, plowing outwards as if there's nothing in the way, sending off a shockwave that will be felt by seismic stations and whales around the world. And then, almost
whales.
as fast as it emerges, it stops. On the surface of the Earth, this fireball bubble would grow to 10 kilometers the second after it's detonated, as the atmosphere barely puts up a fight to hold it back. But the pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench is enormous. With 11 kilometers of water overhead, being in the Mariana Trench is like being crushed by a hydraulic press from every direction. Here, a second after the detonation, our bubble is about 1 kilometer across, when, oddly enough, it starts to shrink. The bubble overextends itself, losing pressure as it expands, until the water turns it back, recompressing it.
God.
The tug of war between the fiery death bubble and water goes back and forth a few times, the bubble
fiery
shrinking
death
and growing
bubble.
until eventually the bubble loses for good. The pressure around it is too great, and turbulent water begins to chop it up. It becomes something like the underwater equivalent of a mushroom cloud as it disintegrates into many smaller hot and radioactive bubbles drifting upwards. And as our mighty destructive blast rises to the surface, it does basically nothing. Just a small wave and a bubbling plume of radioactive warm water in the Pacific.
Lovely.
No tsunami will wash away Japan or California, although boats and whales in the area might have a bad time.
I do feel bad for that whale.
The radioactive fallout will be diluted into the Pacific after a few days, although a fair amount of radioactive water and salt makes it to the atmosphere, where it collects and then rains down again. Even if the wind blows the fallout directly towards the Philippines, the worst of it probably happens over the oceans. But clearly, the real danger comes from our explosion-triggering earthquakes and volcanoes,
because it's in like a fault,
Even if we detonated the bomb right in the trench at the exact point where tectonic plates touch, probably not. The explosion would vaporize a part of the sea floor and turn a lot of sand into glass, but most of the energy goes into the water, not seismic waves. Earthquakes are already quite common at tectonic plate boundaries.
We know this.
And earthquakes with as much seismic energy as our bomb happen a few times a year without triggering any sort of apocalypse. But maybe it will affect the Earth's orbit.
That part didn't seem super likely to me. Like, not a lot of shit can affect Earth's orbit, I don't think. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking astronomer, so I don't fucking know. But I'm just saying, it doesn't seem like a lot of things could affect Earth's orbit.
No mass is taken away or added to the Earth, our orbit is completely unaffected. Also, there have been well over 1,000 nuclear tests in the last 70 years, and that didn't change our orbit, so why would this time be different? The strongest forces humanity can unleash are laughable compared to the forces of nature.
True fact.
The planet is too big. It doesn't care. So, what happens to us if we detonate a nuclear weapon really deep in the ocean? Pretty much nothing.
I mean, but wouldn't it like...
Did you know that every bird in our videos has an owner? More than 1,000 people have got their own bird. It helps us explain things, clowns around in the background, or dies a horrible and avoidable death. If you want your own bird too, and you want it to...
What an interesting way to fund your videos. I like that. Feel free to adopt a lipstick. Send me money and I'll wear a different lipstick in the video and I'll name it after you. Like, it'll already technically have its own product name, but I'll be like, this lipstick is Josie, this lipstick is Matthew, this lipstick is Griselda. I think Griselda is already the name of a lipstick I own. Incidentally, it's a fancy lipstick. I got it for free from Sephora. That was a pretty interesting video. I definitely thought the consequences would be like more dire if you detonate a nuclear bomb in the ocean. Like, wouldn't that like contaminate things? Like, obviously he said like, oh yeah, the whales would die and boats and blah blah blah, but I'm just like saying in general, wouldn't that contaminate stuff, and then that contaminated stuff is gonna float around the world, and then the whole world gets poisoned, and then we can't grow crops, and then we all end up as like the people in The Hills Have Eyes, which I haven't seen, but I heard they were all really gross looking. That's kind of what I thought he was gonna say. So the fact that he was like, pa! Pa! puny humans. You can't do nothing to Mother Nature. She scoffs. She laughs at you. That's not really what I was expecting. What were you expecting, Internet Bae? Looking good there. Oh wait, you got a little schmutz. Got a little smooch there. Don't worry, Mama's gotcha. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video with me. This shit was hella interesting. I found a new fucking channel that I like watching, so I'm really excited. Let me know if you have any reaction requests or suggestions down in the comments below. And peace out, Ho Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.